Elvis Simon from London, small place called Harlesden, near Wembley. Been a barber for the past 32 years, and I'm in Singapore at the moment just helping out.
So is there anything else specific that brings you to Singapore?
Well, I came over to Singapore because I heard they didn't have black barbers. I heard they had a large black community, but no barbers. So people have been going and having their hair kind of done at Singaporean barbers and Malay barbers and Indian barbers, but no one's been able to get it right. So I thought I'd come over and see what I could do.
How often are you here in Singapore?
Well, this is my second trip in about 3 weeks, so I would like to make it more often. Depends on the clients. Everybody's flying home now, so it's not a brilliant time, but it's not a bad time. It's still good. I get to see the place and still meet people, so it's good.
As a master barber, do I have that right?
Yeah, I've been in the business over 30 years. I teach barbering as well. I've worked in 2 colleges following the City and Guilds. I'm also in the steps of setting up my own QBA, which is Quality Barbers Association. And what else am I doing? And I also do SMP, which I learned last year. So that's to replace the follicles, so it looks as if hair is growing, but it's not actually. So anyone who has a receding hairline, like for instance myself, would redo the hairline so it looks like a 0.5.
Amazing.
So that's a trick. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So as you travel, are there other countries that you tend to, offer your services and do the same thing that you're doing here in Singapore?
No, this is the first time that I've decided to grab the bull by the horns. Sharon's been telling me about Singapore for about 7 years. Never really thought, because I had it in my head that there's not no black people out here and I'm going to come out here and it's just going to be me and my clippers. I was very wrong. So the first time I came out was about 3.5 weeks ago. So this is my second time out here. So obviously there's got to be a reason why I'm here.
And how many clients do you have on each trip? Has it been kind of sold out, full schedule, the calendar is packed, or what are you
First time
finding?
round, I found that it was more people were enthusiastic first time round. Second time round, everybody's kind of waiting now till just before I go, so they'll have something for Christmas. So it's been busy at the same time. So I haven't been sitting around waiting. I mean, I was out today and then I had to rush back to do a couple of clients. So I've got clients for tomorrow, I've got clients for Sunday, I've got clients for Monday. So I'm pretty active.
Do you keep a flat here? Do you
No.
have housing or?
No, Sharon puts me up at the moment. So I'm here, but I am looking, it depends how it goes with the general consensus. I'm looking to probably, when Sharon leaves, which is February now, to get a small apartment and I could come out once a month.
And how much does it take for you to get here? Is it a long trip coming here from, where are you from again?
From London.
From London.
From London to Singapore. Shortest trip is 13 hours. Longest trip, well, it could be 2 days. I came Swiss Air this time, and that's 16 hours. So it's not too bad. So there was a layover in Zurich, which I've never been to Zurich airport. I've been to Zurich, but not to the airport. So first time to the airport. Transition was really smooth, so thumbs up to them guys. And it was much more plain sailing than the first time. The first time I came British Airways, 14 hours, which was non-stop, which is good. Then I got to the airport and I was there for 2 hours. Immigration alone, it was just like, I chose the day when everybody decided to come in.
In the time that you've been here in Singapore, what has surprised you about the lifestyle here?
One of the first things you notice is how clean Singapore is. It's ridiculously clean. It's like someone's got OCD and they've just gone around and cleaned everywhere up. Kids, they tend to, it's weird because you don't really see kids tethered to their parents. Like in London, you know, everybody's grabbing onto their kids. I mean, I got on the bus and this little boy got on the bus and he sat next to me and his mum was way down the other end. That would never happen in London, no way. So yeah, that's different. And another thing which is, I mean, we kind of similar kind of thing in England where everything's done around food, but more so here. And people tend to do a lot around food. Like everything is based on food. So I'm surprised I'm not putting a dish on with a haircut. Probably get more people.
Right, that sounds like fun too.
It just would be nice to eat food with hair in.
Is there something about Singapore or the experience you've had so far that you really cannot stomach or you just cannot embrace? Something that's not so good?
Being totally honest, so far everything has been really, really good. I think the worst thing that's happened, and that was today, is I went to, I think it's the marina near there, and there was a bad smell for the first time. For the first time I actually smelled a bad smell. And that's it. That's the worst thing so far, is that. Nothing else. I haven't sat down on a bus and then people have moved away. Nothing like that. Where I've been to other countries and you get on the bus as a big black man and people move.
Yes, and that's something I've noticed too, that, you know, for the most part, when it comes to race, they do pretty well here. Well, is that appealing to you as a man of color?
I don't want to sound big-headed, but I walk tall. So I really don't care what you think about me and my colour. If it's a problem for you, you keep it to yourself. You know, that's up to you. For me personally, I don't have a problem. I don't care what colour you are. That's your problem, not mine.
When you have been out to eat, what foods have you enjoyed best? What's out there on the menu that really gets you excited?
Oh, okay. So I've tried some stuff from the last time, which I can't pronounce. So I'm not even going to pretend that I can pronounce it. There was one, it's like a coconut thing. That was real nice. Don't know what it's called. I'll have to ask Sharon what that was. I don't eat meat, and I don't have milk or dairy or eggs or anything like that. So I kind of limit it to what I try as new. But fruits, I've tried dragon fruit, I've tried water chestnuts, I've tried, I haven't tried durian. I need to try durian. That's the only thing I haven't tried. So I need to try that. I heard it smells real bad, but it's supposed to taste incredible. So I've got to try that before I leave.
If you could share a life lesson with the viewers, what would that life lesson be?
It's the one I tell all my clients. If there's an opportunity, take it. Because there's no way you can fail. If you don't do something, or you don't try to do something, you'll never know. So if you tell yourself, oh, I don't want to go to Singapore because there's no black people, how do you know? You've never been there. When you get there and there's no black people, at least you can turn around and say, there was no black people. In fact, that's wrong because you would have been the only one. So yeah, never listen to anyone else, just do what you need to do.
And when it comes down to it, what have you counted on the most in terms of being adventurous and going out into the world the way you have with moving your business out of London and into the new realm of Singapore?
Well, that's quite easy. So I listened to this motivational speaker, and he described every endeavor in life as jumping from an airplane and pulling the parachute. So he said eventually the parachute's going to open, and when it does, everything's going to be all right. So if it doesn't open straight away, it will eventually open. So I kind of go with that. So anything I go into it, if it doesn't work straight away, I know eventually it will work, because I'm in a trade where people need a haircut. So eventually people are going to need that haircut. For someone else, it could be making cups or making whatever you need, someone's going to be there to supply it to you. So your parachute will open.
Is there something that I haven't asked that you would love to share about Singapore and your experience here?
Okay, so you haven't asked about the women. Alright, so the women, no experience with Singapore women. I've been busy the last trip, even this trip, so I don't know what the natives are like. But there are some interesting women. I just haven't had time to get into conversation. And that's it, really. I don't think there's anything else that you haven't asked. I think
All right.
we covered everything.
Well, Elvis, I appreciate you and your time.
No problem.
Thank you so much for sharing.
That's cool. Anytime.
Open up, you open, bitch, you won't be BM.